I grew up on a ranch, and one of the things that always fascinated me was seeing my father, the rancher, count the cattle. It was quite a job. Well, later on, when he passed away, and my sister and I had to watch over the ranch, we got a chance to count the cattle, and it was a big challenge. So after that, I decided to write a song about it. Here we go, Countin' Cattle. Countin' cattle up and down, countin' cattle all around, countin' cattle here and there, countin' cattle everywhere. Well, I count my cattle every spring while I hear that curlew sing. I like to count 'em as they pass on their way out to grass. Countin' cattle and I'm having fun. I can count them one by one, countin' cattle by the creek where there's salt for them to lick. I'm countin' cattle up and down, countin' cattle all around, countin' cattle here and there, countin' cattle everywhere. Well, I'm countin' cattle in the trees, countin' cattle can make me sneeze. Countin' cattle up the draw, they're the best looking cattle I ever saw. I'm countin' cattle at the spring where we hear that killdeer sing. Countin' cattle by the tank, there's Molly and Dolly and good old Hank. Countin' cattle up and down, countin' cattle all around, countin' cattle here and there, countin' cattle everywhere. Well, getting serious now. I count my cattle every fall. I count these cattle one and all, 'cause my banker needs to know whether these cattle stay or go. So I'm counting cattle in the hills, counting cattle to pay the bills. I need to count 'em for the sale. I gotta get it right, I just can't fail. I'm counting cattle through the gate, not so fast, can't you wait? Counting cattle and it's no fun, but I gotta count 'em till it's done. Did I count these over here? Did I count those over there? Counting cattle and I lost track. I gotta start over, I gotta go back. Counting cattle up and down, counting cattle all around, counting cattle here and there, counting cattle everywhere. Well, counting cattle now is fun. My cows got implants, every one. A GPS from a satellite counts my cattle and gets it right. I turn on my smartphone and give it a tap. Up comes Cattle Count, a special app. I sit by the fire and I put up my feet and count my cattle while I eat. Counting cattle up and down, counting cattle all around, counting cattle here and there, counting cattle everywhere. Hey Gracie, could you come over here and help Grandpa get back on this app? You know how it works. Thank you. Counting cattle up and down, counting cattle all around, counting cattle here and there, counting cattle everywhere. Hey, could somebody pass me another cheeseburger? Now, this counting cattle is really tiring. Counting cattle up and down, counting cattle all around, counting cattle here and there.